LBR LBO Brand Summit 2017.
Okay, great. I mean, I asked Lakshman, why is it that our presentation is the last presentation? And he had an answer. I hope none of the earlier speakers are here because he said, I'm saving the best for the last. So I'm hoping that you guys feel the same as well. I've got a very interesting presentation lined up for you today. It's something I hope will get you all thinking. And as people in the advertising, marketing community, hopefully it'll make you look at your own brands in the context of what has been done here, in the context of what I'm going to present. So I'm going to present today what Ariel in India has done, and the campaign is called Share the Load. The campaign is called Share the Load. So just to set a context in terms of the problem and the problem that Ariel was trying to solve, the context was that in India, the premium detergent categories were all about superior cleaning. And that was the platform on which most of the brands were communicating. Till Surf changed the context. And I can see Amal sitting here, and he knows this case very well as well. Surf changed the context with the Dirt is Good campaign, where actually they talked about laundry, not about being about stain removal, but about providing an environment for greater learning among children. Suddenly, we had a big change in the category, and Surf started growing as a brand. Consumers started moving towards Surf, and Ariel had a problem. And therefore, the challenge for Ariel was to create a new relevance for the brand. And this is where the new thinking came in. So this is a story about how Ariel turned its back on clothes stains and focused attention on the cultural stain of gender inequality. That's what this story is all about. Share the Load wasn't just a new idea for the brand, it was actually a social movement for the nation. Now, obviously, before the team set out to work, there were some clear expectations in terms of objectives. I call the three objectives fame, relevancy, and sales. They expected that at the end of the campaign, there would be an increase in unaided brand awareness. There would be an increased purchase intent, and obviously that the value share in terms of sales would increase. So these were the expectations before they set out to do the campaign. Now, all of you know that, and some of you would know for sure, that gender inequality is a fairly big problem in India. In fact, women said that actually they ended up doing all the chores at home, and the men were doing nothing. Interestingly enough, men felt that laundry was a job that women needed to do. So we had a big problem. We have a big problem of gender inequality, and that problem was coming through loud and clear. The laundry was the symbol of the cultural stain of the gender inequality at home. And that was a very interesting insight, that laundry was the symbol of the cultural stain of gender inequality at home. And in challenging the cultural stain of gender inequality at home, Ariel found a higher purpose. And that entire activity started off with a very provocative question. Is laundry only a woman's job? That was a provocative question. It started with the film. I'm going to share the film with you. There are subtitles. It's of course in Hindi, but I think the subtitles are pretty clear. I hope all of you right at the end can read it and see it.
याद है 62 में जब मधु दीदी सर्विस करने लगी थी,
वो टाइपिस्ट की ना सिर्फ 6 रुपये तनख्वाह। अब मेरी बहू मेरे बेटे से ज्यादा कमाती है।
किसने सोचा था लड़कियां इतनी आगे बढ़ जाएगी?
अरे औरत होने का मजा इस जमाने में है।
रिया, वो मेरी ग्रीन शर्ट धोई क्यों नहीं?
So this film was the starting point of the conversation, which is laundry only a woman's job? As you can imagine, There were many, many opinions, a lot of conversations. To provoke and to incite the conversation further, celebrities were used who were made to come out there and speak about the issue and further stimulate conversation around the issue of the gender inequality. And I want to share another film with you to show what happened.
Marriage just doesn't end at taking 7 vows. Sometimes you gotta go an extra mile. Sharing your partner's workload is no more passé. A recent survey suggests 80% of working Indian women want their spouse to share household chores. Let's see what the celebs have to say to that.
Marriage or a relationship should always be a partnership and everything should be equally shared.
There are many things in the house that you got to take care.
I have a lot of friends जैसे bills भर देते हैं, कभी laundry करवा देते हैं.
It's a balance.
अगर 2 लोगों से अगर बनता है तो चलता भी 2 लोगों से ही.
See, सामने वाले को भी ये लगना चाहिए that you respect that relationship.
Or respect that they expect.
It's about balance. It's about balance.
I think guys these days are buying more washing machines than they used to.
Laundry is something that we would like them to contribute more.
So, I mean, it's one thing to start a conversation, and obviously a question which says, is laundry only a woman's job? Did create a lot of conversation online. A lot of people had opinions, and you can see some of the opinions being reflected here on through celebrities. But actually, for a social transformation to happen, you really need to change behavior, which means you really need to get the men to stand up and become part of doing the chores along with the wife. And that's a different ballgame altogether. It's one thing to have a conversation, it's another thing to really create the social change that you want to create. Which is why Ariel started by actually launching a pack in the market, which is called the His and Her Ariel Pack, where there are very clear instructions on what part of the job can be done by the lady and what part of the job can be done by the man. It's a very clear, focused communication with the pack in terms of an expectation that both the husband and the wife, or the man and the woman, would both be involved in doing the chores together. They tied up with garment brands, and they had a label which actually said at the end, to be washed, can be washed by both man and woman. So it's a lovely little innovation that was done, and that was a label that was created by Ariel. Tied up with jivanshakti.com, which is a matrimonial website, and as you know, shadi.com, jivanshakti.com, all of these are matrimonial sites to which a lot of young Indians go to find a prospective bride or a groom. And there is a clause in there which says, will you share the load of household chores with your husband? Yes or no. So you can actually see how in different elements of the communication, we are bringing in this whole element related to removing gender inequality. This was something they did in colleges, where to get the young generation to actually go out there and understand the need for sharing the chores, household chores with their partner. A whole discussion around how to wash and how to do your laundry was done, and there were a bunch of graduates who came out from the Share the Load course. The wash bucket challenge, where we actually challenged young men to, picture themselves, video themselves washing laundry, and incentivize them with 6 months of supply of Ariel washing, detergent powder, as well as I think a few of the guys even got a washing machine as a gift. So this again became another piece of content that went viral. There was a lot of selfie taking, and just like the ice bucket challenge, people had to nominate their friends to make this happen, and this created a lot of virality. Obviously, nothing happens without cricket and cricketers. We had cricketers like the guys who played for Rajasthan Royals play a game in terms of showing how to wash their laundry. I'll be sharing that separately in a video with you. Mall activations where we actually met with families. There was a direct one-on-one interaction with them, where a lot of discussion happened around the need for people to actually share and manage the chores together. I talked about some of the stuff that happened online. Huge amount of conversation generated online on this topic, which is laundry only a woman's job? And let me share with you a quick little video which actually summarizes all of these things and tells you the kind of results that the brand achieved.
Fabric care is a low involvement and undifferentiated category. Ariel wanted to differentiate itself by associating with a cause that all women could relate to. Women in India have two jobs, one at office and the other when they come back home.
He waits till I come back, then I have to give him tea. So you don't get time to actually sit.
They have to do all the household chores alone. And the men?
Going back home, first thing I do is get my tea, evening with friends.
No matter how successful the Indian woman is professionally, at home she is a second-class citizen.
You might be president of PepsiCo, you might be on the board of directors, but when you enter this house, you're the wife, you're the daughter, you're the daughter-in-law, you're the mother, you're all of that. Nobody else can take that place. So leave that damn crown in the garage.
77% Indian men depend on women for doing the laundry. As a leading detergent brand in the country, Ariel decided to address this inequality at home and launched Share the Load. We started by raising an important question.
Riya, वो मेरी green shirt धोई क्यों नहीं?
Is laundry only a woman's job? This provoked national conversations and debates.
I'm sharing the finances with my husband. Husband should also share my laundry stuff also.
It's really shocking to see that even in this time and age, it's just taken for granted that cleaning is meant to be done by the woman. I would love to have someone else do my laundry for me, only to make sure that I could make that time to do something else for myself.
We now had to get Indian men into actual action. So Ariel launched a customized variant for both genders to do the laundry together. The His and Her pack. And through Indian men, the Wash Bucket Challenge. The Rajasthan Royals joined the movement and showcased their participation in their own way by bowling clothes into a washing machine.
When men have started contributing to doing household works, and laundry being a very important aspect of household work is where they started putting and making an effort. I have started doing that.
इतना मैं कहूँगा कि अपने कपड़े धोना मुझे खुद आता है.
Craving for more, Ariel went a step beyond the regular media to drive equality in each and every household. Therefore, Ariel created a new medium, the Wash Care label. We turned this space into the most powerful medium for gender equality. Leading clothes brands, retailers and designers came forward and created tags that said, can be washed by both men and women.
अभी कुछ दिन पहले मैंने एक आर्टिकल पढ़ा. मिशेल ओबामा ने एक्चुअली लिखा है कि ओबामा जब अपना काम खत्म करके घर आते हैं, ना ही सिर्फ बेड बनाने में मदद करते हैं, बल्कि लॉन्ड्री भी करते हैं.
The impact of our activity on the cultural fabric of the country was so powerful that even Jeevansathi.com made sharing the load a criteria to evaluate potential life partners.
So as you can see from the video, very, very successful campaign. I mean, for what it's worth, 1.6 million men actually pledged to share the load with wives at home, which is a fairly good success rate. But in reality, when the brand went deeper to figure out if more work needed to be done, obviously more work needed to be done. And what they did next was, again, very interesting. They actually figured out that one of the reasons why this inequality exists is because it starts at home. It starts with what your parents teach, what us as parents teach our children. It starts with what a dad teaches the son. It teaches with what the dad teaches the daughter. And therein, from there, started a new phase of the campaign. And in this time, we actually ran a film targeting the dads and actually having a very strong communication with a very strong message about gender inequality.
नाना ये देखो शील्ड लेग हेलमेट होमवर्क हो गया मम्मी ये देखो
फिर दाग लगा दिया. पापा ये लीजिए आपके घर जाने की टिकट. हेलो या आई एम जस्ट गोइंग टू सेंड यू द ईमेल इन 5 मिनट्स. या गिव मी 5 मिनट्स. आई एम वर्किंग ऑन द प्रेजेंट.
मेरी छोटी सी गुड़िया कितनी बड़ी हो गई. घर घर खेलती थी, अब घर संभालती है, ऑफिस संभालती है. I am so proud and I am so sorry. सॉरी कि ये सब तुम्हें अकेले करना पड़ता है। सॉरी कि जब तुम घर घर खेलती थी तो मैंने तुम्हें रोका नहीं। ये नहीं कहा कि ये सिर्फ तुम्हारा काम नहीं है, तुम्हारे हस्बैंड का भी है। पर कहता भी कैसे है।
और मेरी ग्रीन शर्ट धो देना।
मैंने भी तो कभी तुम्हारी मम्मी की हेल्प नहीं की, और तुमने जो देखा वही सीखा। तुम्हारे हस्बैंड ने भी बचपन में यही देखा होगा। घर घर खेलते वक्त वो टीवी देखने की या न्यूज़पेपर पढ़ने की एक्टिंग करता होगा, और तुम जैसी कोई छोटी सी लड़की चाय बनाने की एक्टिंग करती होगी। उसके डैड की तरफ से सॉरी, तुम्हारे डैड की तरफ से सॉरी, और हर उस डैड की तरफ से सॉरी जिसने कई कई सालों से एक गलत एग्जाम्पल सेट किया। पर अभी भी देर नहीं हुई। इस सॉरी के साथ मैं अपनी तरफ से एक छोटी सी कोशिश करूंगा कि घर के काम में मम्मी की हेल्प करूं। किचन का किंग ना बन पाऊं तो कम से कम लॉन्ड्री में तो हाथ बटाऊं। इतने साल एक गलत एग्जाम्पल सेट किया है, अब कुछ सही कर जाऊं। तुम्हारा पापा।
Great impact for this. We had Sheryl Sandberg tweet about this particular campaign and talk about how powerful this video was. This went viral globally and had huge impact in terms of not only the brand and the shares and the sales and the salience and the fame it created for Ariel in India, but the entire P&G network globally kind of really looked at this campaign as being a fantastic campaign, in the context of the entire P&G world. They continued with this phase where we actually brought out a his and her calendar, which means the calendar actually tells you the days on which the husband needs to do the laundry and the days on which the wives need to do the laundry. So all of it very clearly marked, utterly usable, easily understandable. You just needed to be committed to doing it. The idea was further taken forward by being incorporated in something called Tinkle. And this is a comic book strip, and this is something which children read. And the whole story is about how the load of laundry has to be shared by both parents, so that you start young, and the storytelling starts young. So that what we discovered was something which was happening at home, and something that parents taught children got addressed through this beautiful little comic book and this beautiful little storytelling. So some of the things which all of us need to think about, and I know many of us sitting here are brand owners ourselves. Here is a campaign where a brand went beyond category benefits and communicated a message that was socially relevant. At best, it has the power to transform society. At least, it provokes and generates a conversation on key issues. We need to really think about it in the context of ourselves and our own brands. Is there a purpose that we can tap onto? Is there an issue in the context of the society we live in that we can tap onto to create great empathy, to create great relevance for our brands? Is there a question we can ask which provokes conversation? Are there a set of backup things we can do beyond that to keep the conversation going and to actually see the change happening by virtue of our brand? I mean, Ariel is proud of the fact that many men have actually now started doing household chores. Has the journey ended? Are all men in India now converts to doing the job? Of course not. But has the conversation started, and is the discussion happening? Is the debate beginning? Is the debate happening? Yes, it is. And a lot of thanks to brand Ariel for doing that. Obviously, a campaign like this, immensely successful, not only by virtue of it generating sales and share and equity for Ariel. It was ranked the #1 global campaign for 2016 by WARC, which is a very reputed global research firm. The number of awards that this campaign has won, I haven't put the entire list here because I would have needed a few slides to cover it. Everything at Cannes, everything at Spikes, everything at Effie's. So, friends, I hope this campaign has made you all think about your own brands and see if there's an opportunity for us here in Sri Lanka to do something with our own brands in the context of bringing social change. Thank you very much.